the law of liberty and how your imagination is the key to your freedom. So I want you to just, relax, get calm, get quiet, whatever, and just listen, just listen to this and just take in the words and what I have to say here. So, Neville Goddard has talked about the law of liberty, which I feel is just, a different way of saying the law of assumption and how your imagination creates your reality. Well, the law of liberty is using your imagination to get you out of situations where you feel trapped or stuck in, where you feel imprisoned, caged in. Your imagination is free. Therefore, you are allowed to also experience freedom. So here's how you do it. I'm just going to use this Neville Goddard example of when he was in the military. And he says this story a lot, actually, quite often, in some of his books and in his lectures. He was drafted in the military and he was there. And then, while he was there, he realized that he did not want to be there and he wanted to be back home with his wife and with his daughter, I believe. And I guess she was a little baby, I'm assuming. And he remembered the law of assumption your imagination creates. It's pretty much kind of just semantics. And that your imagination gives you the freedom to be and do and live the life that you truly want. If you are experiencing something right now and you wish to be elsewhere, you would therefore bring there, here, in your imagination. So this is what Neville did. He didn't want to be in the military anymore. So night after night, for 8 nights, I believe, 8 or 9, doesn't matter, he imagined that he was back in his New York City apartment and his wife was there, and he imagined that he would walk to his window, walk around, feel himself into his apartment, and then he would fall asleep in his New York City bed, not his army military bed, surrounded by a bunch of men. No, he fell asleep in his own New York City bed, right? And he would feel himself in this reality every single night, consistently every night. And when he would wake up, he would go to his sergeant or whoever is in charge, and he would ask for him, for the sergeant to allow him to be, what is that word? It's not, no, I can't think of the word, but basically it starts with a D. He would ask for his sergeant to allow him to leave the military. You guys know the word. I just literally, it's at the tip of my tongue, and I know it starts with a D. I just can't think of it right now because when I am in the zone, sometimes words just slip my mind. And his sergeant or whoever kept telling him that his request was denied. He would, every single day, he would go out there, send his request, denied, denied, denied. That was for 8 days. But every single night, even though his circumstances said otherwise, his circumstances still said that he was trapped in a situation, in an environment he didn't want to be in. He still persisted in his imagination when he went to sleep every single night for 8 nights. And on the 9th day, the sergeant called him in to his office. He said, are you sure you want to be discharged? The word. Are you sure you want to be discharged from the military? Are you sure? Neville's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. And he said, okay, I will, give you, I guess, the legal terminology or whatever they do in the military. I don't know any of the military terminologies, but he basically accepted Neville's request and Neville was free to go. I believe it's called honorary discharged. Yes, he has been discharged the legal way, even though for 8 days his circumstances told him otherwise. He kept being denied and denied. So the point of this is, whatever you feel to be real in your imagination, everyone will conspire to give you what you want. And for some of us, for many of us, millions of us, it's like we sometimes react to circumstances and we feel really stuck and trapped in our circumstances. We play victim a lot. The victim mentality. But you must realize that whatever you are dealing with now is something that you have imagined persistently before. You have felt it to be real, and you allowed your imagination to go crazy. You allowed it to take a life of its own, and you did not control your imagination. Therefore, you are in circumstances that you might not like, if this applies to those who are in circumstances that they don't like. So the key to this is to feel yourself into the circumstance that you would like to be in. No matter what you're seeing outside, no matter what your eyes see, your nose smells, whatever you hear, do as what Neville did in the military, which I know, which I've heard getting out of the military is like, it's kind of difficult. I mean, this is what I heard from people who were like in there, I guess. It's like, I don't know. Or even getting, if you're in jail, this applies to whoever. Getting out of certain circumstances that you feel like are really challenging to get out of, that you even feel stuck in, your imagination says otherwise. Because your imagination is free. You aren't bound, you aren't imprisoned, you aren't stuck in your imagination. You can go where you please. You can shift into the reality where you are the person that you want to be by feeling it real. Bringing there, here, then, now. You do this persistently by feeling yourself into that reality. Every day, every night, until A, you feel satisfied, or B, as what happened with Neville, until you wake up the next day and then you have what it is that you want. When you truly desire something, you are going to persist in it regardless. I've noticed that when people don't actually want something, they get lazy or they just go back into the victim mentality and they don't persist in it. But when you truly desire and want and love something, you will inevitably continue to persist in it because there's this urge in you to see it play out. So that's how you know you have a true desire, a real true desire coming from your soul. You will inevitably persist in it and you won't make excuses because you want to see it play out. You'll persistently do this every night, every day, fall asleep in the new reality, basically. Let go of your physical 3D senses and feel the new reality subjectively. Your spiritual senses. Meaning, close your eyes right now. Do it right now. Just close them. Close your eyes right now. And I want you to imagine that you are peeling a banana, right? We've all peeled a banana before, unless you're allergic. If you are allergic, then pick another fruit, but a banana, because that is the first thing that popped in my head. And imagine you are peeling this banana. Now, we all know what a banana smells like. You know, it smells like a banana. It's like we know what a banana smells like. We know what it feels like. It's a little slimy, like the peels are a little slimy, etc. Or if not a banana, imagine an orange. Ooh, oranges are very strong in their smell, very bitter and sour. That is your spiritual sensation. You are able to feel and smell and taste something in the spiritual realm, in your imagination, even though it's not physically in front of you. That is the key to liberation. That is the key to freedom. Using your spiritual, imaginal senses to feel yourself into a new reality. Just like what Neville did. And you must do this persistently. If you truly desire something, you won't give up. Because you can't give up. So, that is how imagination is the key to your freedom there. Thanks for watching. I'm Shani Mel, QL.